Hey traders, welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth for another daily market recap. Today is Thursday, January 14th, and in today's video we're going to discuss Blackberry stock and why it was up today. It was up over 20% at one point, and we'll look at some overall charting, some news and events on the day. So stick around and we'll jump right into today's content. All right, welcome back. So before we jump into today's content, make sure to smash the like. It shows me some support, and subscribe to the channel. I've got a different setup here today, so we're going to do a little bit of a different format. I am going to be traveling for the next few days and potentially weeks, so just bear with me as we go through. I'm not in my regular setup, so we'll go through some news and events, and then we'll go over the broader markets, so the crypto, metals, and stocks, and then we'll look at some individual stocks and some summary into the end of the week. So first on the list for news and events, Powell sees no interest rates hikes on the horizon as long as inflation stays low. So we had a meeting today with the FOMC, and Powell spoke and basically said that the economy is not sustainable financially on the path that it's on. So that was notable, but not really expecting anything to come of that. We also saw that with majorities in Congress, Biden still faces a hard time getting his bill passed, so we know that he's going to be coming out with about a $2 trillion proposal for stimulus tonight, and McConnell holds Trump's fate as impeachment heads to the Senate. So it'll be up to the Senate at this point. Taking a look at the jobless numbers, so we did have the highest surge in about 5 months, so they came in, just taking a look here, initial jobs claims last week was 784,000. We were expecting 795,000 this week, came in at 965,000, so a big miss, and that trend continues to get worse and jobs are dwindling. So Blackberry, as the title of the video suggests, stock could be on the verge of a parabolic move. So I did find this today. I think this could be potentially why we're seeing it pump. Also saw some rumors that JP Morgan asked Blackberry if they have NIO and Tesla as customers. So maybe that's why we're up today as well. Basically, people just speculating on a potential Tesla or NIO deal. But essentially, the company always seems to be on the verge of breaking out. Blackberry could finally do that in 2021. So this is a Motley Fool article. Again, take what you read from them with a grain of salt. But Amazon deal to key catalyst investors should focus on. So it goes on to talk about that partnership. And like I said, JP Morgan hinting that could be a potential partner, Tesla and NIO, in the future for Blackberry. So we'll look at some charting on Blackberry here in just a second, and I'm also going to do some timestamps in the description below, so you can reference that. We also had Afria basically providing continuation to the Canadian market today after they saw their revenue grow 7% sequentially. So bulls reacted very, very well. We had hourly bull flags that I mentioned yesterday on most of those names, so very good clues that we were likely going to see continuation and a favorable reaction to APHA earnings. And it came in at 126 million US, and we were expecting 119 million. So a beat there. It did miss on the EPS. So again, bulls overall though, very, very pleased. We saw canopy growth up a lot today as well, and I think that was potentially due to people loading up for the first week of February. We have earnings, second week of February, they are releasing earnings. So it could be people just loading up and potentially expecting good results from them as well. We saw Cresco Labs enter Florida with a 213 million Bluma Wellness acquisition. Stock was up big today. We also saw November marijuana sales push Colorado's industry to $2 billion annually for the first time. We also saw top Texas lawmakers say medical marijuana expansion is on the table for 2021. And Indiana senator files bills to legalize and regulate marijuana in the state. So that's all we have in terms of news and events for today. We'll go over the broader market here. So we'll look at crypto. We are pulling back. We did get over 40,000 on Bitcoin, but we are pulling back here quite significantly. I did enter an Ethereum position, but we do have increasing sell volume here on the 15-minute. Stocks closed weak. Metals are weak. on the verge of daily bear flags on gold and silver, could be potentially entering daily downtrends. SPY and QQQ are on the verge of daily downtrends. And crypto obviously not getting spared here at the moment as well. But let's see here, we got over 40,000 and we've been pulling back. And all we will likely expect from this move is a daily lower high based on the size of the pullback. But we need to lose the 4-hour uptrend to be confident that the daily lower high is set, and there's no indication of that. We are consolidating on the 4-hour, but we do have a mini higher low here at 37,725. So that's the most important short-term support. After that, no real pivot or support all the way down till 32,309. So need to change the 15-minute trend back to the bulls to be confident that the 4-hour higher low is set. We have an EMA 12 and 26 bear cross there as well. So could be seeing a little bit more downside here. SPY up a little bit after hours, but did close red. QQQ down about 0.5%, up a little bit here after hours as well, but not by much. So we'll take a look at the dollar. Dollar trying to get its bounce going. We did have a 5-minute uptrend, but then confirmed a 5-minute downtrend. So just very, very choppy. But daily chart's going to be the most important. We could still be seeing a potential daily bull flag. If we break resistance at 90.72, that confirms a daily bull flag and trend change. And we can likely see a little bit more blood in stocks, metals, and crypto if that were to be the case. But on the monthly, you can see that we had the monthly bear flag. We had a support at 88.25. We touched down to 89.20, and we had 88.25 as monthly support. So we got about $1 away. That was close enough for me to flip short. So still shorting QQQ and SPY. But again, all about those daily trend changes and daily bull flags. So all eyes on the dollar. Again, this bounce was significant, but doesn't prove anything unless we change the daily trend, and bulls will make a very, very big statement if they do manage to do that. IWM, all-time high today, and standing out as one of the stronger sectors, up over 2%. So blue sky breakout continues. As soon as we lose the hourly uptrend, we can be confident that daily consolidation will be underway. SMH, semiconductors, up 2.5%, saw an upper wick though, and profit taking into the end of the day. Obviously hit by the market weakness. So again, need to lose the hourly uptrend, and no signs of that yet. We have an hourly higher low down at 232.53, most important short-term support. Looking for an hourly higher low, need to change that 5-minute trend to be confident that the hourly higher low is set. So once again, SPY, I shorted SPY at 381 today. We were about 40 cents away from the all-time high, so I shorted it based on just all these rejections at 381 and just having a real hard time losing momentum. We had an EMA 12 and 26 bear cross lining up. And as soon as we lost the hourly uptrend, that's when I shorted a bit more as well. I added a 381. And when we lost the hourly uptrend here at support at 379.62, I entered some more there as well. But again, as I mentioned, we're on verge of daily downtrends. Most important daily support is going to be 376.36, and then the all-time high up at 381.49 for resistance. So into tomorrow, if we see further consolidation and we lose 376.36, that's going to be a line in the sand that will confirm daily downtrends in SPY and a significant momentum shift in the SPY environment. Same with QQQ, topping out on the daily, lost the hourly uptrend. Most important short-term support on the daily is going to be 311.20. That is going to be a key level. If we lose that, we confirm daily downtrends, and weekly consolidation would likely be underway. So that's where we stand. XLF, we had a lot of rotation today between QQQ and XLF, but eventually they both started to consolidate at the same time. A little bit of a doji there on the daily for XLF, but XLF still in an hourly uptrend. Need to lose the hourly uptrend to be confident that daily consolidation is coming. TAN up a little bit over 0.5% today. US oil continues its strength. We're at 53.60 here, and no signs of slowing down just yet. We did break the low of yesterday, but bulls trying to save it here. Could be a potential daily bull flag at this point, but need to lose the 4-hour uptrend on US oil to be confident that, sorry, we need to change the 4-hour trend back to the bulls to be confident that the daily high or low is set. So again, metals, gold and silver, very weak. See, we have daily bear flags on both names, potentially topping out at EMA 12 here on silver and a potential EMA 12 and 26 EMA bear cross. Gold already saw the bear cross, but most important support is going to be 1817. If we lose that, we confirm daily downtrends and daily bear flags. On silver, most important support is going to be 2434. Lose that, we confirm daily downtrends. So that's where we stand. XBI up over 3% today. Biotech sector absolutely rampant here. All-time high, blue sky breakout. We had a mini daily bull flag here into a higher high, so new higher low set at 145.75. And bulls are in full control of biotech. Need to lose the hourly uptrend to be confident that daily consolidation is underway. Home builders, ETF, up about 0.5%. XLE, not surprising that it's strong based on oil, but we did see a bit of an upper wick. Again, not spared by the overall market weakness. Healthcare sector was down today, but not by much, little less than 0.5%. Didn't break the low of yesterday and need to change those hourly trends. You can see here we hit a new low. We essentially double bottomed. So you could consider that an hourly trend change. But we do have EMA 12 and 26 lining up here as a bear cross. We did lose this higher low here at 116.18. So you could technically say we lost the hourly uptrend. But if you wanted to go off this 116.17, that was a clear double bottom and a clear base of support. So I would say if we lose 116.17, that is very, very bearish. But bulls still in full control of the healthcare sector. So we'll take a look at Blackberry stock. Again, up over 20% today. I was eyeing a position here in the mid sixes. And this one's actually one that got away from me. There's been so much going on, and focus has been on Canadian MJ. And well, it was on US MJ, and now it's been on Canadian MJ. And just one that got away from me. But what an awesome entry on this ticker when we changed the daily trend here. You can see that we had a mini daily bull flag into a higher high. So as soon as we broke resistance at 779, that confirmed the daily uptrend. So if you would have entered at 779 on that signal, you'd have been up about 20%, 19% just on that confirmation of the daily trend change. Daily high or low is set at 740, so that's the most important short-term daily support. Then we have 652 after that. And we have resistance up at 969 and $10 psychological. But we knew to be looking for daily trend changes and weekly higher lows, and we touched down on EMA 12, and it has been a perfect visual guide and strong support touchdown. And again, we knew to be scouting for weekly higher lows, and the indication that the weekly pullback was over was when we changed that daily trend back to an uptrend, and you would have made upwards of 20% from that entry signal. So if we can get over 969, then we'll have a new weekly higher low established, and we'll be looking to 1029 after that. Then we have resistance at $12 and a few other levels as well on watch. But we are in a weekly uptrend. Taking a look at the monthly is also in an uptrend, and we could see a potential EMA 12 and 26 bull cross on the monthly. Taking a look at the daily chart again. Daily chart is overbought. And we had decent volume here, increasing bull volume on the weekly as well. Weekly is not quite overbought yet, but getting close, but we did cool off the RSI there. And into the end of the day, you can see here, just absolute bulls all afternoon long with a higher low every candle from the beginning of the day. So as soon as we break the previous low of the previous hourly candle, that will dictate hourly consolidation. And depending on how much we pull back, we could see a bull flag, we could see an equilibrium. We'll have to keep an eye on that. If we lose the 5-minute uptrend, that will be signal number one that hourly consolidation is underway. But we need to lose the low of the previous candle as well to be absolutely confident. So tomorrow, if we lose the low of 914, it's going to be a significant momentum shift to the bears. So taking a look at the weekly macro indicators, so you can see the stochastic is starting to cross bullish again. The MACD has never stopped being bullish for the last little while here since back in October. And we are well above the 10-week moving average. You can see here, we're starting to go a little parabolic here on the 10-week moving average down at 710. And we had a perfect test on that on our weekly higher low as well. Another indicator and more confluence that we could see those weekly higher lows established in that range. As for the weekly moving averages, we are now above the 200 weekly moving average and the 50 and the 100. So that's very, very bullish. And again, increasing bull volume on the weekly. On the daily, we're above the 10, 100, and the 200 moving average. We did have a 50 and 100 cross, and then we had the 50 crossing through the 200 for a golden cross. And MACD is starting to trend bullish here as well on the daily. Again, we are overbought here on the daily, but we could absolutely see more legs to this move. But just keep in mind that when we do pull back, we could easily pull back upwards. Well, we don't have any hourly support down here till 741. So we could pull back about 20% and still be in an hourly uptrend, just looking for hourly higher lows. So just make sure you have a plan and you're remaining protective. That's pretty much all I have for you guys in terms of Blackberry. If you guys have any other news or articles that potentially you could share, drop them in the comments below. And I'm pretty sure it had to do with that Motley Fool article and speculation of JP Morgan inquiring Blackberry about whether or not NIO and Tesla are customers. So I think it's basically it's just speculation at this point. But let me know in the comments below if you saw anything else that could explain the move today. So we'll take a look at the MJ sector. And we did have a lot to go over here today. So I'll go through this as quickly as possible, but Canadian MJ obviously seeing majority of the percentage-wise moves in the overall cannabis sector. So US MJ was up quite a bit today as well. But again, the mojo and the percentage gain has been to the Canadian side. And that's why I've been focusing on the Canadian side for quite some time. And if you've tuned into this channel for a while now, you've heard me say it time and time again. And now you're starting to finally understand why. So APHA had earnings today, huge reaction, got to about $12 and started to pull back. We had 5-minute oversold entries lining up into the afternoon. So we had 5-minute oversold. We had essentially a 5-minute trend change. That was the go signal on APHA. If you would have entered on the 5-minute trend change when we broke 1146, you would have made upwards of 6% just on that 5-minute trend change and an oversold bounce. So APHA did touch down to 5-minute oversold. Hexo had a nice 5-minute oversold bounce as well from the low on that consolidation. We were up 8%. So congrats to the bulls there. Taking a look at the bear list, PWR, the only one down and red today, and continuing its strong move up significantly in the last few days, but closed the day up 29%. TLRY lead technical bull in terms of tier 1 companies, up 23%. APHA followed by Hexo leading the bull list today. We also saw, again, a lot of strength in CGC and a lot of volume into the end of the day, and could be just speculation of their earnings coming up and them beating earnings. But we did see a significant momentum shift in CGC into the afternoon. And you can see here we had this equilibrium on the 5-minute, the high, low, lower, high, higher, low, lower, high, failed resistance at through to 381, higher, low, lower, high, mini bear break here. And then we just slow grinded up into the end of the day and held EMA 12 as support on the 5-minute. So that's where we stand. Again, we had weekly bull flags confirming on CGC. We have no real resistance here on the weekly, all the way up until 52.74, and then the all-time high at 59. We are in monthly uptrends. We have a monthly EMA 12 and 26 bull cross forming up here as well. And again, on the monthly, no resistance till 52. So bulls in full control. We'll take a look at the US MJ sector. So MSOS Saw some sell volume there into the end of the day. And taking a look at the daily, we did have an upper wick, so this could be a potential reversal here. We are outside of the daily Bollinger Bands. We had a mini higher low and bull flag down here at 40.62, so that's going to be the most important short-term daily support. And then after that, all the way down at 36.10. EMA 12 has been holding as support as well since all the way back here. It looks like the end of October. So that will be a line in the sand and a key support going forward as well. And we are seeing continuation, all-time highs, blue sky breakout, increasing bull volume on the weekly, going to set a weekly volume record. And we are just scouting hourly higher lows here into the end of the day. Need to change the 5-minute trend back to the bulls to be confident that that is set and we can potentially see our temporary bottom. We are bouncing right off EMA 12 there on the hourly, so we'll see if we can form a nice support off of that EMA. But again, tomorrow need to change that 5-minute trend as step number 1. So on the bear list, we had KBEV, TAUG, CXXI, and TrueLeave. So TrueLeave seeing some red today, which has been different. MJNA, VREO, and MMEN up significantly. VREO up over 10%, but again, we're seeing majority of the percentage moves in the Canadian MJ space, and due to higher access to higher capital from registered accounts, from institutional interest, that type of thing, and just more overall liquidity. So that's pretty much where we stand. We'll continue to see if we see weakness in the US sector tomorrow, and SPY weakness here into the end of the day could potentially ruin the fun for the US MJ bulls. So in summary, Biden's stimulus plan is coming out tonight, so that's roughly about $2 trillion. Again, it has to go through all of Congress, and it could potentially be shot down. We don't know, so it's something that we're going to be keeping an eye on. And also something I wanted to mention, that we could potentially see something in there with regard to MJ. So we'll keep our eyes peeled for any stimulus proposals that could benefit the cannabis space. And we'll check back tomorrow for an update on that. But I'm swinging some Hexo, some ZENA, some Hive. Actually, I trimmed my Hive today. I actually sold it. I entered around the 275 and sold it around 325. So I was happy with those gains. Forgot to remove it there from the list, but I am all out of Hive at the moment. Also hedging my MJ exposure, my longs with SPXS, SQQQ, FNGD, and HSD still. Also did some quick flips today on Hexo, made a few day trades shorting SPY and swinging some significant SPY and QQ short over the evening tonight. And personally, I really do think that shorting QQQ and the tech sector is going to pay off huge, given the fact that we're starting to see rotations into recovery stocks. It may go sideways and give other sectors chances to get caught up. But in my opinion, I like the theme of going short tech into 2021 because of the Democrat control of the House, Senate, and the White House. We could potentially see a crackdown on big tech and just rotation into other beaten up sectors such as Canadian MJ. Also swinging some XRP and Ethereum, and just taking a quick check-in on Ethereum here. We still are pulling back. Bitcoin holding 38,000 here, but all major coins are pulling back. So we're starting to see some weakness. And we'll just take another quick peek at the dollar. Still pretty range bound and not really much going on there. So again, we'll be watching that daily trend change. If we see daily trend changes in the dollar, that's going to increase the odds that we see daily downtrends in SPY, QQQ, metals, etc., etc. So all about the dollar chart, in my opinion, overnight and into tomorrow. And obviously, Biden's stimulus plan is going to be top of the watch. So with that, thanks again for joining us on The Pursuit of Wealth. I'm going to be traveling, like I mentioned earlier, so not in my regular setup, but love to keep doing these videos, keeping you guys informed, and getting to travel while doing it is just a bonus. So thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow after market close for another daily market recap. Make sure to hit the like, subscribe to the channel. It shows me some support. and take care. Have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow.